What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Beach with Pete, the build along, paint along, hobby along series that you put on in the background whilst you do whatever it is you're doing. Most of the time it's painting, but lately I've been building, and I've been building my Victrix Roman Legionaries. I've even primed 4 of them. Got 8 of them fully built now, and base, which is nice. So I'm aiming to get another 4 built and based today. Hopefully, with your help, I'll get through it. So welcome. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon here in Seaton, Devon, and obviously finished work, and I've even been to Sidmouth today because I finished work. Both my wife and I finished work early on a Friday. I had to go to Sidmouth for an appointment, and whilst we were there on the way back, we decided to go into the Donkey Sanctuary. Brilliant, love it there. Absolutely love that place. Right, but without further ado, I'm going to turn the camera down to the table so we get some more Romans built. So grab your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever else you need. Let's get going. It could be that I end up priming something or doing a bit of painting. Unlikely, but you never know. Right, so let's go camera down. Okay, so here we are on this little cutting mat here. This is what I'm going to use. So, got these 4. Built, primed. And last time, I managed to get these 4 built. They're not primed, but prime ones over there for a minute. The non-prime ones there. I'm going to grab another sprue. Now all the sprues are slightly different, so well, most of the sprues are different, but I think these are quite similar to the ones we've had already. Yeah, I think this is a replica of the one I've already got there, which is fine. So I'm just going to get on with it straight away. So glasses are going on. I've got some tools out that I can use. I've got some bases actually that I'm going to use. So I'm getting 4 bases ready because I want them on their respective bases. Cut these out. Right, so the first one is out today, so you can look at that. Right, so thank you, like I say, thank you for joining me on this. I do appreciate you joining me on these episodes. Always appreciated, and it helps me get through tasks like this, which otherwise I don't find building the well. I suppose building is okay. It depends on the model. I prefer, my favourite is actually painting them, you know. Once they're primed and everything just ready to go for some paint. You can't beat that first coat of actual colour. The colour that you're, one of the colours that you're going to be using. They're just, it's just brilliant. Okay. Okay. Right, I've got all the bits I need for the first one here. So I've cut off the body, which is complete on this one. The head, both arms, and a shield. So I'm just going to start tidying them up now. So, let's talk about work first, what I can of work. And, I told you, my new job was, you know, I still kind of think of it as my new job, but it feels like I've been there a while now, which is nice. And although I've got loads to learn, still, you know, I'm able to get stuck in now, which is nice. So I'm able to go in the morning and just sort of load up and just crack on and get work done, which is a really nice feeling. So where you want to be in a job like mine, you want to be in that position to be able to do these things. Because it really is. It is a job that you can just get your head down and just do. A bit like this sort of thing, you know, but it's not as enjoyable. You know what you got to do. It can be a bit repetitive sometimes. You just got to grit your teeth and get on with it, really. So today, after work, had an appointment. My wife had an appointment in Sidmouth. I said I'd take her to, so I finished work a little bit earlier just so that we could leave and get there on time. I'd already made up the time prior during the week, and I'd obviously okayed it with my boss, etc. So that was cool that we were able to do that. I'm just taking off some of this mould lines here. I'm not the best at talking and working, as you know. But it's just about, you know, having that company whilst we work. And I remember when I started this series, I wanted to be like, you know, so many YouTubers out there at the time. And it was just a case of, wow, I want to be these people so badly. But now, you know, it took a while, it took a long while to realise that just be your own person, you know. Be your own channel, your own brand almost. I hate to say that, but yeah. Be your own. So I was just trying to make this my own. So I do some hobby, in this case building. Oh, I've got one of these contraptions. I've got a couple of these contraptions, which are actually brilliant for holding parts in place whilst they dry. So I may be doing that. Okay, I've got some Humbrol liquid poly cement here today as well. I'm going to let this dry a little bit. And let these, whilst that's drying, I can, oh excuse me, got a yawn coming, oh, sorry about that, MS yawn. Get that out of the way. I can, whilst that's drying, I can be tidying up the other bits then. You think it's nothing really to do, oh yeah, it's just another 4 miniatures, right? But it's not, it's so much more than that. The time it takes, all this prep and stuff, and then inevitable gluing nuances ensue with the particular model, sculpt, whatever it may be. You know, it's not easy. It takes time. Well, it's easy, but it can take time. It's not easy to do in an hour. You think, why can't I do 20? Because I can't. I am lucky to get the 4 done, you know, when I do them. Sometimes I'll even hang in, like, you know, in that contraption drying. Okay. It's the arms on these miniatures that are so small, finicky, like they're very tiny because they're like true scale, 28mm, not your classic heroic scale or anything like that. I'm just going to pop some glue onto the head. Because, dude, you got a bit of wiggle room with the plastic glue at least. I would hate to have to do this sort of thing in super glue. I really would. You haven't really got much room for wiggle room there. Any time really before it dries, whereas this takes a few minutes to dry, you know. So I think the worst part on these is the left arms. It's probably the smallest part of the model. Because the head's easy, you just blob a good bit of glue on, just stick it there, and you can twist it left, right, whatever you need. Whereas these, not so much. Okay, I'll leave that there. You end up with some interesting poses sometimes with these. Do you remember the old Space Marines for Warhammer 40k? The old ones where you could pose them all however you wanted, and it was easy. So easy to pose them. You could come up with all manner of nuanced poses for them, whereas this is not so much the case. I'd say, yeah, not so much. You kind of get what you're given. Because you don't know, they're hard to pose. They are. Yeah, I have to say that. They're hard to pose. Okay. Holding the arm in place for a bit. Seems to work. Yeah, sorry, just waiting for this to dry. Hopefully we'll get our first miniature up and running. Not really what I would say, but I know what I mean by that. Right, I'm gonna, now experience tells me to wait a while before I glue the shield on, because the shield is heavy, it pulls down on the arm and then that messes up the miniature, as I learned from the last 4 that I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the next one. Maybe, just maybe, that might work. Well, there's a... I think we'll, I don't know whether this guy's going to hold a sword or a spear. I think one of them will definitely be needing a sword on his, belt. So we'll need that. Okay. Taking out a spear. I don't want too many spears in this, if I'm honest, but okay. So, first things first, clean up the bit that's the main body, which is going to go onto the base. Right, so I was talking about work and saying how much easier things have been getting for me lately, which is nice. I'm settling into a nice place with work. You know, it's like a nice routine, and the beauty of it is there's enough work there to last the rest of my lifetime and beyond. You know, generations after me. So there's no shortage of work. How it'll be tackled is another matter. I think we'll still need the human element. It's not so much my concern. That's the people that come after me. But, yeah, it all evolves. And I'm talking about AI and things like that, how it changes things in the workplace, etc. It's unavoidable. It's here to stay. And, you might as well get used to it. Okay. Another one. There. There. So that's another one on a base. Excuse me, another body on a base. But yeah, I was able to complete a big task I was given last week. Just yesterday, actually. End of the day yesterday, I was able to complete a rather large task, and it was nice to be able to finish. and say, look, I've done that. Next. I do wonder if any of my old work colleagues watch any of my videos now, or whether they stop watching, just on the off chance I might talk about them or my role before. I mean, I wonder how the new person is doing in my old department. Always tough. Yeah. Not an easy thing to do. Largely because not many people knew exactly what I did in my old role. I don't even think my old boss was 100% sure. I guess he's finding out now though, because I'm not there to do it. Right, so I'm just gonna wonder how I'm gonna do this. Right. Okay. Hold the spear on. There's another new person on the other side of my department. In my old department, departments were split up into two halves, as it were. So on the other half of my old department, never got to say hi or anything. I always like to say hi to a new person. When they show up, say, if there's anything you can do to help. But I can't really do that now because I'm really busy with my own stuff and I've got my own work to look out for. So they'll just have to get by as best they can. This is tricky. Spear. Tricky. Holding the spear arm on without... I don't want it to... That's pretty good. There we go. Let's try that one, shall we? Yeah, but anyway, suffice to say, I'm doing all right where I am, and it's good, and I'm loving it, and it's all good basically. Yeah. It's busier than my old department. Let's put it that way. A lot busier. They used to talk about work's definitely coming our way in the old department, but I didn't. I mean, it was times it was busy. I can definitely attest to that. But come the end, it was not really that busy. So it's because I'm in a busier place. And it's all new as well to everyone. So it's not like I'm learning. I'm the only one learning how it's all what it's all about. It's an evolving role, so that's nice. Right. Yeah, I should have It's a pity there's no it's a pity there's no what's the word? I can't figure the word now. I can't think. I lost my train of thought. That happens. Cognitive dysfunction. It happens. It happens, my friends. Yeah, it's just one of them things. Well, I'm just going to let him. I could clean up his left arm. So works good. Works okay. Hobby, haven't had a lot of time for it this week. Been too tired, and that's the truth. Just far too tired. Time we finish work, sort your animals out, sort tea out, clean up, tidy up. You just want to sit down, watch an episode of something, and then it's bedtime. Before you know it, it's bedtime. And I admit, I start early because Dylan gets up early. I start work around 6 o'clock. So come 8:30, I'm knackered. 8:30 is like midnight for me, honestly. Really tired. There's a left arm there. Oh, dude. What are we gonna do? Oh, he broke his spear. That's Let's change it up. Let's change it into something else. Broke a spear, but does it have to be bad? Not necessarily. Yeah. Spears all seem to be carried for the right. I do wish with these sets they would have inclusions for left and right-handed soldiers, though, like swords in the left hand instead of the right hand. And spears and that kind of thing. It would lend itself to a lot more individuality, a lot more diversity. I think it would anyway. Just my opinion. Anyway. Okay, so I guess it's time we did another one. I'm going to do the one where the body's in two bits, because that can be, take a while, can't it? Takes up some time. Let's do that body. And that shield. Yes, that shield too. Oh. Right, so weather-wise, it's been pretty nice lately. Had several days of nice weather this week, which has been great. Oh, next weekend, we're not doing anything this weekend, but next weekend is our Pirate Festival weekend here in Seaton, so there's lots going on in the town. So that's going to be quite good, I think. That's going to be quite good. Look forward to that. A friend of ours is coming up for the night. Just stay over one night. Take in the festivities. It's my wife's friend. My wife used to work with her years ago. In the legal profession. They remained friends ever since. Okay. Okay. A series I'm watching at the moment. I'm watching two series on TV at the moment. I'm watching a series called Falling Skies. Absolutely brilliant. Think of it like Walking Dead, but instead of zombies, alien invasion. So apocalypse, blah blah blah, fighting aliens, etc. All the usual drama that ensues, blah blah blah. And the other series I'm watching is Boston Legal, and that's an older series. William Shatner's in it, and what's it called? Can't think right this second, but you know who I mean. The guy that was in Stargate and Wolf. Can't think of his name right now. But you know who I'm talking about. You just do. Him. Right, hold these together. Right, so that's that. Wait for that to dry. Work on the other shield. I do like Roman shields though. I know a lot of people probably watch me when I paint these and go, "Well, that's not how you paint them." I am going to be painting them whatever colour scheme I see fit. So, yeah. Because they're not going to be Romans in my world, you see. They are going to be town guard, militia, that kind of thing. Right, so that's one done. Marvellous, he says. Marvellous. Can I, in fact... No, I cannot. Got to put a left arm on, so This is going to be painful, guys. Ew. I'm just going to hold it there. What else? So Pirate Weekend next weekend, so that's good. Looking forward to that. There's going to be a parade of ships, not parade, a fleet, sorry, of ships. Sorry for my nautical friends out there. Fleet of ships and a parade of people going around in fancy dress, I guess, like pirates. As well, if you've known me any length for time, people that know me years ago, especially in the band, know I like my bandanas. And I got a lot of them, about 80 all told. So, plenty of bandanas. My wife's bought a hat, one of those sort of triangulated pirate hats for her and her friend. She got a couple. Said, I'll just use my bandanas. Just trying to get into the spirit of things, you know. Sorry, off camera there for a bit. Doing a finicky sword. Very finicky sword. Okay. Put a bit of plastic glue down. For that. The last thing to go on him will be the shield. What time are we at here? Well, 38 minutes. See, time is pressing on, folks. It really is. Waits for no man. Still. Nice to get another on the beach done, as it were. I started reading. I was reading the book Alien based on the movie last time. I think I finished that novel. It was quite good, quite close to the movie. Poor Jonesy had it a bit tougher than he did in the movie, but I won't say any more. I'm reading Aliens now. Aliens. This time it's war. The Colonial Marines. You always were an asshole, Gorman. Okay. Tidy up the arms. Nah. So finicky. The Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff's quite finicky in places, especially that first core box set. Man, that was finicky. I've got Modoc as well, because I heard he was like one of the hardest ones to build, just for the challenge, see if I can actually do it. I mean, I'm sure I can. I'm sure there'll be much swearing under my breath ensuing, but no. But we'll see. That's far in the future yet. Okay. I'll put his right arm on. Okay. Now his left arm, and then we're on the last one. God. So finicky. Oh, it's good I use these sessions to get this job done. I mean, this is exactly what it's for. It really is. Wait a minute, that's the right arm. I need a left arm. I need a left arm, people. Left arm. Did I say how picturesque Sidmouth was? Very picturesque. If I didn't, then I'm saying it now. Very picturesque place. There. Arms can dry. Arms can dry. Then the shield can go on. Yeah, you definitely get to know how to build miniatures when you get used to a kit like this. Alright. Last one. Last one. I think I've done it a bit quicker than I did originally. Which is good, it means I'm improving. Right, body, shield. Body shield. Left arm. Mm. I'll try another spear, shall we? Try. We'll try. Try. I mean, they do look good if you can get away with not destroying the buggers. Just cleaning up the spear shield. I was going to say spear arm. Alright, we do need to clean up the body though. This particular one was quite a large bit of plastic stuck to the bottom of his foot and a nasty mould line. It's just a nuance of this sculpt. So that covers what I'm watching, what I'm reading. Not much else going on in life at the moment, really. Trying to get my grass to grow out the back. Oh man. I've tried seed and water and nothing seems to be working. I'm going to have to turf it in here. It's not that big of an area, but if anybody knows how to get my grass to grow quickly. It wasn't grassed before. Maybe this is why it was always difficult. I have to grow grass on. It sprouts up in some areas, but not all of it. And I've built a little sort of pathway walk through to hang the washing up. You don't really want to be walking on the grass for that. So yeah, it's a bit... Right. Okay. Oh, I need a head as well, won't he? Of course he'll need a head. What are you talking about? Crazy fool. Yes, he will need a head. There we go. Right, okay. The end is in sight. And when this is done, I'll have 12. That was far too long of an interval. 12 Romans ready to start painting soon, of course. And you can see me paint them all manner of colours and go, oh no, God. But, yeah, that'd be my prerogative. A lot of other stuff to paint as well for fantasy and sci-fi. Dear, dear. clean up his shield while I'm here. I'm so glad it's the weekend. I'm always glad when it's Friday. Yeah, I think these traditional, typical, like, Imperial Roman soldiers that you traditionally view in your mind's eye with the square shields, I think they make great town militia or guard, or even soldiers for a small city or something like that, you know. I just think they would. Yeah, I think they'd be brilliant for that. Okay. Get this shield on. These are quite genius, the Roman shields, actually, the way they could put them together. Like they used to. I've seen all manner of old movies, where they would make like shapes out of the shields, protective, defensive things, and that would be really good. Okay. Just think to yourself, this is what I'm thinking to myself, this is the last left arm I've got to prep for this session. Be worth it in the end, he says. Be worth it in the end. Yeah, we'll do a dry fit there. That's right. Okay. Time to. So I think it's better putting the arm on first rather than attach the arm to the shield, which I've done, because that then makes the shield 10 times heavier when you attach it to the body. It doesn't like that. You see. Well, that ain't bad, I suppose. Not bad at all. I suppose you could have a. Gladius strapped to his side. Okay. Cutting on to the mat here. Oh, I had a pasty today as well. Not that that's incredibly exciting. I really must make my own pasties sometime. I keep threatening to do it, don't I? But wait till I do. There we go. Get the head on as well while I had it. Did I prep the head? Yeah, I did. So it's nice that I have all my fighting fantasy, not Final Fantasy, fighting fantasy books up here with me on my shelf now, which is really cool, I have to say. Talk about nostalgia, wow. Drop it, it's no good, is it? Try it with my left hand. This is going to be some interesting pose here, I tell you. It's got to be the strangest right arm pose I've ever freaking seen. No, I think it's better coming around the front this way. If you want my honest, there you go. Yeah. Now I've got to wait for that to dry. Then that's him done. Either way, I think I'm packing away my knife. What time we got? 59 minutes. Well, I can wait. Literally, all I've got to do is glue this shield onto this arm. But how do I want to play it? And I'll show you the poses. I'm going to go for it. That's the thing, keep dropping these buggers. Don't want it like that. Like that. Like that, I think. Right. Okay. So we've got a pose sort of like that. It's a little bit out of focus, but you get the idea. We've got a pose a little bit like that. One. Bit like that. And last but not least, one a bit like that. Well, that's enough of that. I'm gonna take my glasses off and cut back to me. Well, what a strange episode. I mean, I got them done. 4 in the hour. It's not too bad, but blimey, it just takes its toll. It really does. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best at building true scale. I'm okay with vehicles, tanks and things, but when it comes to people, true scale, I find finicky because they have separate arms and separate... You can't even see that. You're holding an arm there with a fist. So small. That's just bits are so small. I mean, it's cool and everything, but man, is it difficult to manage. But anyway, thank you for joining me. It means a lot. Let me know what you're working on, and let me know if what you're working on is as finicky as well. Do you have finicky bits and bobs on your models, whatever you're building? God, it frustrates me sometimes. But it's been pleasure. It's been a pleasure. So I have got another 4. Same sculpts, but they look completely different due to the way they've been posed. Naturally, I haven't premeditated these or conceived these as separate sculpt ideas, separate posability ideas. That's just the way they've come out, and that's fine. I'm okay with that randomness, right? Anyway, thank you for joining. Do give it a thumbs up. Give it a share. That'll really help. Thank you. And hopefully, my friends, I will see you on another video. Bye for now. Bye-bye.